What's up, mylifestyleacademy.com. How we doing? John and Nadya Melton coming to you live with the amazing Tiffany Clonch.
Yeah, Tiffany.
Really excited. For those of you that don't know Tiffany, you better buckle up because she's got some fire that she's going to be bringing with us today. And she's got an amazing training to help you with customer acquisition. You know, we've been doing this 18 years. And we've had a lot of success. We've worked with a lot of amazing people. We've also been in a situation where we've been blessed to work with some of the best producers in all of network marketing. And Tiffany actually knocked out a rank this past month where she sold more product within 30 days than anybody we've ever worked with. She hit a brand new rank, the first one within our entire global organization to hit that rank. And we're just so proud of her. And I was like, man, we got to get you on our page. We got to interview you. You know, this will be on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We'll create a blog post, a podcast, all the things, because we really want you to share some of the strategies that you have implemented to create such phenomenal results. And what excites me is that you're not just great at getting customers, but you're great at retaining customers. You've got some strategies and a specific tool you've been using that's helped you immensely. So for those of you in network marketing, those of you that want to sell anything online, I'd highly recommend sharing this broadcast, tagging your teammates. I know we've got people from our network marketing company that are going to be hopping on. We've got people from probably 50 other companies that are going to be participating. So just know whether you're selling products or services, or you're selling nutritional supplements or, you know, essential oils, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You're going to get value from this conversation today. So buckle up, grab a pad of paper and a pen if you can, and we're going to get into it. So Tiffany, first of all, congratulations on an absolutely epic month. I know you had a goal. You smashed the goal. You, in fact, had a goal the month before to hit the other really, really big rank. And then you doubled it the next month, which is absolutely mind-boggling. And, you know, sometimes we get so caught up on acquiring new customers. We get so caught up on producing new volume that we forget the power of our existing customers using this referral strategy, right? A referral post strategy, tapping into your customers' warm market, and then using specific tools and strategies. So I'm really excited. But if you could first start off with a little bit about your background, who you are, what you got going on. She's also muted too. Okay. So just really excited to have you on, Tiffany. Congrats.
Hey, what's up, guys? John, thanks so much for having me on. I am excited to be here, fired up to share some awesome tips with you guys today. But I am actually from a small town and went to college, got a degree, have a bachelor's, went and started doing ultrasound. Did that for 7 years. But during that time, I found the love for network marketing. I've been in the industry for about 5.5 to 6 years now. Was with a different company before and with a company now that has just really taken it to the next level for me. So super blessed to be here. And, you know, I just started working on, in my previous company, started working and didn't really do a whole lot with it at first, but quickly found my niche and was able to move forward. And when I did, I was able to, you know, eventually leave my full-time job. And now I completely do network marketing. I just quit my last ultrasound job actually this weekend. So I'm really excited. It's been a really monumental last year and a half. And I'm just so blessed.
Well, super impressed by what you've accomplished in such a short period of time. You've skyrocketed on this side of the plan. And of course, you are building a team, but your personal customer sales are more than a lot of people's teams are producing, which is unbelievable. And maybe we could start off before we get into some of the specific tools and strategies that you're using on the back end. What are you doing on the front end? What are you doing to get attention? Especially today, you know, it's noisy out there, right? There's a lot of social platforms. There's a lot of people marketing things. What are you doing? How did you kind of start out? And how did you figure out your niche? And then what are you doing today that you're finding to be most effective?
So I started out just doing, it was so funny. I remember I was just trying to get like social media attention, I guess about 3 years ago when live video was like started up. I started doing live video when live video was a thing. And, you know, I just tried to do different challenges and stuff to make it fun. on my Facebook wall. Like, I remember one time my husband did my makeup and I had to go to Walmart or something looking like the Joker. It was a mess. But anyways, so that's how I started out doing it. It was just fun challenge, just to like get people to watch. And that's what you want to do. You want to have fun. You want to provide a lot of value. So that's what it turned into. It turned into having fun, but then I turned it into more of like having fun and bringing a lot of value to my live videos. And so now I share with people the keto diet, which that's how, like, that is really where I feel like I stand out in social media, is people come to me for weight loss advice and for help with, just what to eat, what not to eat, yummy things that are keto friendly, that you probably are missing when you're not having sugar, but just those kinds of things. And I've really honed into helping moms that want to lose weight after baby, and moms that want to make money after having kids, because that's where I started at. I had my first daughter when she'll be 6 this year. So I started network marketing when I had my daughter, because I wanted that time freedom to be with her, to go to all of her school functions, and just, not have to ask somebody to be off work for doctor's appointments and everything that we have going on.
And then if you could share, if you don't mind, what were your results? Like, how long did it take you to start doing videos, putting out value, but then the results you got using products, using the keto diet? I'd like for you to maybe talk about that as well. And then really, basically what I'm loving about what you did, which we talk about a lot, is you took people on the journey with you, right? Yeah. You didn't wait until you lost weight or lost all the weight and then started talking about it. You took people on the journey with you. So maybe you could talk about that what that story/journey was.
Yeah. So a couple of years ago, I just had my second child, and he was perfect, of course. And I found out both my kids at the same time had hearing loss. And at that point, the only thing I could grasp onto was like controlling what I ate. Like, I knew that if I could control what I ate, that I could have control of something, because I felt like everything else was spiraling. And so I really held on to that. And I shared that journey of not only motherhood, but of my weight loss as we were going along. And it's really important to show up in that way and be vulnerable, and share with people struggles that you're going through, because that's how you connect. Like, that's how you're going to connect with other people that are like you. And that's how you're going to help them.
Yeah. No, I love that. And then what were your results?
As far as results from last January, or 2018, January 2018 is when I started my weight loss journey in general. And I lost 50 pounds in 11 months. And then after that, I implemented some awesome collagen system in, and I was able to not only lose more weight and compete in a bodybuilding competition. I got down, lost 65 pounds total. But I also was able to change my body fat composition, which was awesome, because like, it's not just about the scale. It's about like the way your body is actually changing. The more muscle you have, the smaller you're going to appear, but you may weigh the same. So I really love sharing that with people too, because people get caught up on the scale.
No, but I love that. You went from, needing to lose weight to literally competing in fitness competition. So y'all smash that heart button, because that is super impressive. And look, there's lots of diets out there. There's lots of products out there. Figure out what works best for you. But when you can create a story like that, when you can go out there and execute and share your story, share your results, and show up consistently, people are watching you and they're wanting to be a part of it. And you use Instagram stories. I see you do a lot of selfies, you do before and afters. What have you found right now, 2020, and what has been working for the last, 6 months to a year? Because that's when you really started crushing it on the customer side. So what are you seeing to be most effective?
So I use a combination of different things. I think it's important to show up on different platforms, just because you're going to get a whole new audience.
Yeah.
But recently started implementing TikTok. And it has really helped to funnel people to my Facebook and to my Instagram. Thank you, John and Nadya Melton. Yes, when I first started, I was just using a Facebook group. Okay, I did have an Instagram, but wasn't very active on it. I'm still not very active on my actual Instagram feed, only on my story. But I started a Facebook group to help women do keto, and that's a way that I've been able to not only connect with people that are already wanting to lose weight, but a way to help, bring people into my circle that may not have been there before. Because what I do is the link to my Facebook group is in my Instagram bio, and my Instagram is linked to TikTok. And so when people find me on TikTok, they can go to my Instagram and they can join my Facebook group on Instagram through my bio. So it's kind of like it's built. It just started out with the group. And then I was like, I'm going to link my group to my Instagram because I don't share a lot on there. But when I do, people ask me questions. And then I brought in TikTok to help with that. And then in February, I was able to speak with Jordan Levesque and at our conference. And she was like recommending Project Broadcast. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try it out because I was working a lot on following up with people. And
like individually, like reaching out to them one at a time, which can be very time consuming.
I was spending a lot of time doing that. And not only that, but Facebook Messenger they'll block you. If you send out too many messages, even if they're different. But if you're sending out too many quickly, and I was having to send out messages to over 800 clients at this point. So I'm like, anytime we'd have a promo or a sale, I was not able to get out the information to everyone I wanted to talk to. And so I was able to upload my people into all my clients into Project Broadcast. And so now when something big like that happens, I can just share it in there and, I get responses back.
So a couple things. Number one, how awesome is it you started your own Facebook group where you're sharing tips, advice, talking about the keto diet, then you can recommend some of your products. And, we've been talking about this a long time, right? Building a personal brand, putting out quality content publicly, but then capturing those leads into a funnel, a group, somewhere where you can have a deeper connection with those clients, with those prospects. So I think that's amazing. Started the Facebook group using TikTok to then push people to Instagram, which inevitably pushes them to your Instagram story and to your Facebook group where you could talk more about keto. Now, the other thing you mentioned, how many of you are obviously, you've heard us talk about it, but now you're understanding the power in TikTok. You're understanding the power of using these other platforms. And how many of you are familiar with Project Broadcast? I'm just curious because this is a powerful text messaging platform that you can use to communicate with your customers. And you said you have 800 customers at this point that you've acquired?
To closer to 1,000 now, but that was when I started using it.
Yeah, that's decent. That's decent. So how many of us would like to have a way of communicating with close to 1,000 customers? So maybe you could talk a little bit about Project Broadcast and the power of that tool.
So yeah, so February is when I found out about it and I started implementing it like mid-February. And I had been consistently at a certain, points value for each month personally. And in March, I hit a goal that I honestly, didn't really, I knew it was possible, but it seemed kind of far away because I was always having to keep reaching out to people. Yeah. So because I implemented Project Broadcast in February, I got my names, my phone numbers, and birth dates is what you want to get, and you want to upload those into the Project Broadcast. There's a YouTube video I'm sure that you can find on how to do it. That's what I did. I'm not very techie at all. So I uploaded that information, again, birth dates, first name, last name, and phone numbers into the Project Broadcast. And I sent out just a message like, hey, I hope it's okay that we connect on this platform. I know we've only talked on Messenger, but text messaging is a way to be more personal. I hope that we can continue this. If you want my text messaging tips and info, just say yes, and I'll enter you into a drawing for, a packet of an energy drink or something like that. I don't remember what I did now, but, they got an incentive for staying in my broadcast, and I've not had very many people click stop, which is really nice. So I started it like that. And then last month, it really went crazy. I doubled what I did in March, in April. And honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because it happened much more efficiently than it could have ever happened before. So last month I turned 30, and for a week straight, I did some kind of promo for my customers. So I would send out a broadcast and, let them know I'm so hyped. I'm turning 30 this month. It's 5 days away. This is the promo today. Comment comment back with yes or some kind of emoji if you want the info. Like, I would do a call to action with it, guys. I don't just send out all the details. I give a call to action because I don't want to send people info that they don't want. Okay.
Right.
Because we're in a crisis right now. Like, some people don't need or want to buy products. So like, I would give them a choice to text me back, and I would give them the information for the promo that I was doing. So also adding value in those text messages, I would also add value. So they could text back with one thing or a different thing, like say a fire emoji or a heart. A fire emoji to get the promo, or a heart to get the value I was adding, which is different recipes. Like, I did a keto fluff recipe, or a coffee recipe, my favorite coffee recipe, and they would text back with that. My coffee recipe inevitably led to sales as well, because they wanted the coffee that I was using.
Right.
So, yeah.
So cool. You're helping them. You're providing value. You know, selling, in my opinion, is really just educating, right? You're training them. You're teaching them. You're sharing value, sharing tips, sharing ideas, and they want your results. At the end of the day, people buy results, right? Nadya says it best. They don't buy toothpaste. They buy white teeth. They want the benefit. So a couple things, because I think some people are familiar with Project Broadcast. I think other people have no idea what it is. The beauty is, when they get that text message, they think it's a personal text message that you're sending them. It comes across as such with a, you know, you can choose a local area code phone number, and you just tell them that literally is your number, because you can communicate back and forth with them. So it doesn't seem like they might know it's a mass text just because they know you have a large customer base or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it doesn't come like a group email or a mass email is sent. So that's really powerful. And then you're responding to the people that respond to you, which I absolutely love that. And you said you text message them once a week. Maybe you could run through, if you don't mind, what's the first text message? Because I think you can actually set it up so that there's like a series of text messages that you can set up for like the new person. But then after that, you're putting them into the database to get all the text messages. So how do you kind of balance that?
So when I first added everyone in, it was a lot of people at first. And so like, I just wanted to familiarize them with the platform and let them know, hey, I'm going to be texting you instead. For promos and deals. I wanted to make sure that was okay. And so that was a message that like I literally just sent out to everyone in the beginning that was already in my pod, in my customer base. And then I now, whenever someone buys the certain system that I use, which is what I promote the heck out of, sell like crazy. And whenever they buy that, I set them up on a drip campaign. So they sign up and I say, hey, send me your cell phone number and I'm going to send you text reminders and instructions. Or I ask them, hey, would you like text reminders and instructions? And they send me their cell phone. I plug it in. And as soon as I do, I go ahead and put them on that drip campaign. And they get instructions. They get a reminder every day on taking their product. It's so awesome. And there's also drips throughout it, which I didn't create the drip, but it's great and I use it. You can link your group into like a text message, and now like that's the first text they get is to join a group. That's going to help them with accountability. And some other texts they get might help them do a referral post to get free product. That's one of the posts one of the texts that goes out. And then like more education on product throughout the time. Like if they're having trouble with carbs or whatever, like they can text back carb and they can get like info on something to help them out with that. But that's basically what I do now. Like they just get added in there as they enroll as a customer. And usually they enroll with the system that I use. And so I just put them on the drip campaign, and I can tag them. I can tag them in certain groups. Like if I have people that are interested in the business, I can create a tag for that and add everyone in my Project Broadcast that's interested in the business to that tag. So that way, when there's a promo about the business, I can message them about it. So, and then there's also people that I've probably never talked to about the business that I'm going to send out a broadcast to this week because I don't have time to individually connect with them on Messenger. And I'm going to broadcast it to them. Hey, do you need to make money right now? Like, do you want to know more about what I do? That's it. If they can answer back with yes, then I'll send them a short video about what I do. So that's something else. That's another way I'm going to incorporate project broadcast that I haven't done yet. So I'm really excited about that.
Is that my phone?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Somehow I'm getting a phone call on Messenger, which I'm sure is just someone doing a butt dial. But anyway, so I think this is amazing. And maybe you could talk about, how did you think through, because obviously you're setting up these text messaging sequences, right? And you're dividing up the lists. How long did it take you to kind of figure out like the journey that you want to put someone on? I know you're mostly promoting weight loss and specific products, so it does make it easier. But like you said, some people are having issues with carbs, or maybe they're having trouble with the products. Like, how do you kind of, divide and conquer with all those, almost 1,000 people? How do you kind of figure out who to do what with and creating those sequences?
So I'm still figuring that out. I only have one drip campaign, but I am going to create a couple more that have like people that have used the products for a month already, and they just want a reminder. They don't need instructions again. So I'm going to create something like that. But as far as like different tags, I am still working on like dividing people up. But like you can even put in something I have done is put in people that haven't bought yet as well. People that tell me they want a reminder on a certain day, I'll put them in to broadcast them on a certain day, so they get a text message reminder on how to, or on ordering, because they told me they wanted to order like on payday or whatever. So that they can be in a separate tag of people that haven't ordered yet. So you have people that haven't ordered yet, you have customers, and then you have potential clients or potential social marketers or, consultants.
Yeah, but it's really smart too that you can send out a message to ask people if they would like to share their results and earn money from Facebook like you are. If they say yes, obviously now you've got a lead that's responding, yes, I'd like to learn more how you make money. Like, how many of us are loving this? Like, smash that hard button, because this is good stuff.
So
but
good.
Once that person says, yes, I want to learn more about the business, then you can ATM them. You can add them to the business group. So it's super smart for you to have this constant communication, because how many of us have had customers or people join our team after 3, 5, 10, 15 conversations? Most people don't buy after one conversation. They don't join the team after one conversation, but it's just you staying in touch and showing that you really care. And it's not that we don't care about our customers. It's just tough sometimes to stay in touch and privately message every person and respond to every message, especially as you start to build up a large customer base, especially as you start to build up an audience of people on social media. You have so many messages, so much going on. And honestly, I know this happens to me. My messages get buried. If I don't pay attention to my phone for a day or two, there's messages that just get buried, because that next day, now all the new messages are burying the old messages. So this is a great way for you to be proactive with your database. And somebody asked, how many customers should I have before I get on this? I mean, honestly, I would set it up as soon as possible. Why not get familiar with this tool now before you have 100 customers or 50 customers or, 1,000 customers? And I love that you can also reach out to people that are customers, but maybe they didn't place their order that month. Right. So you can mention promos. You can offer, you said once a week, you're doing your own personal promo, which I love that. And you're not relying on the company to do this. And then maybe you could also talk about how you're communicating and recommending them do a referral post where they create a curiosity post on their wall. I'm assuming it's kind of similar, where you ask them a question, they respond, and then you have a different message you're sending out to the people that actually respond. Is that correct?
Yeah. So during that drip campaign, like as it's getting to be about mid-month or so, a message will go out. And I have to shout out Brian Touchberry for creating the drip campaign, because it's awesome. I use it with everybody. But basically throughout that campaign, about midway, a text will go out about a reminder to take their products, but also, would you like to get your products for free next month? Say free down below, or say text back free to get info on that. And so when they text back free, then I'm able to send them, like, this is automated referral posts too. Like it's so nice. Yeah, I still get a lot of referral posts on Facebook from people who haven't bought yet, but this is really nice for my current clients that, I may have not taken the time to ask them.
And then what's the cost? Isn't it like $10 a month? And then once you get over a certain amount of text messages, it's like an extra 10 every 500 or something like that.
Yeah, it's $10 and you get 500 texts. If you refer people, you get like, I think 100 more or something. It's not a lot, but you do get 100 more texts. And then if you go over that 500, you can set it up to automatically load. So that way you don't have to keep going in and doing it, which is what I did because mine ran out pretty quick. And it's just an extra $10 for every 500. So it's not bad at all. And to pull in, like to double my points in a month, like totally worth it.
And you think that's a big reason? You think a big reason you doubled your points is because you could communicate with everyone with one text message, which I think that's the biggest thing. It's just the convenience of reaching out to people. And let's be honest, how many of us, the text message is probably the easiest way to get in touch with somebody. And that's, I mean, if someone wants to get in touch with me, one of the easiest ways to get in touch with me is text message. They send me a message on Facebook, it's going to get buried. Probably won't always get a quick response. Email, good luck, right? Now, I'm actually pretty good with my email, but still, I'm sure we can all agree that email is not a priority for most of us. Text messages have like a 95% open rate. And most of them get opened within the first like 5 minutes. So this is super smart. And I don't know, is it in just US and Canada, or is it international? Do you know?
I'm honestly not sure. I think
it's just US and Canada.
US and Canada. I think so.
Yeah, for right now. Yeah, it's a really great price point. Yep. And text message is amazing because ultimately when they get the message, it's like when you get an email, that was sent out to potentially thousands of people. When you get a text message, it just, it seems more personal. You're going to get better responses. And I love that you're asking questions. You're keeping them engaged. You're providing value. So there's that law of reciprocity. They're like, man, she helps me so much. She helps me so much. They don't want to just order once. They want to keep ordering. And then they want to start putting up referral posts because like you said, they can get credits towards discounted products or even get their products for free. So you're incentivizing them to promote the products to their network of people. This is genius. Anyway, smash the heart button if you're getting some value. Also, ratio of value. Oh, this is a great question. Nadya wanted to know, what is the ratio of value versus promotion messages? Like, what's the frequency? Like, how often are you hitting them up with promos and then ratio to value?
So I usually, just so I'm not like texting them a lot, I usually in one message will do both. Like they can get like, and I'm not throwing it in their face for the promo. So I'm just saying it's here. And I am also saying, giving them an option to just get the value only. You know what I'm saying? So I do it both once a week, like in the same message. So I'm not texting them every day. Just because that can get kind of annoying or overwhelming if it's too much, especially right now. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've just been doing both in one message, and if they want it, they get it. If not, then they just either don't respond or just respond with the value one.
I love it. And then how often do you go live and provide value in your keto group?
So as far as going live in there, I don't go live in there often, probably every other week. Just to kind of like catch up with people. I do most of my lives on my wall. I feel like that's going to be the place where I want to add the most value because, yeah, I add value in my keto group, but it's mainly like I do grocery list and like a meal prep or whatever over there for them. And that's something they can only get in my group. But I go live and promote my group on my wall. So I share, I'll give them the keyword keto throughout my live video. And if they comment that, then I'll send them the link to join the group. But as far as like in my group, just every other week or so, sometimes I'll do like a live workout or something in there, something I wouldn't do on my personal page. So they feel like they're getting a little bit extra.
You me. Nadya keeps muting me. So I'm like,
we got to focus on quality. Baby.
I can talk. My lips will be moving. Nobody will know what I'm saying, but me and you. So I think it's also really important for us to understand that you show up on social media consistently. You're sharing your story. You're putting yourself out there. You're getting vulnerable. And you talked about this in the beginning, but for those of you that got on late, she talked about how she identified her niche, not just keto, but specifically moms, and even more importantly, moms that wanted to lose weight after pregnancy. So I think that's just so huge. And, you don't always know what your brand is in the beginning. You just start showing up and having conversations, and then you pay attention. You pay attention to questions that people are asking you. You pay attention to messages, friend requests, comments on your posts, and you start to kind of figure out what's most effective for you, what you have the most joy in speaking about. And then in turn, when you have people asking you for advice, it's an indicator that you're doing something right. When you have people thanking you, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for your inspiration. That's how you know you're on the right path. That'll be the indicator. Sometimes people are just like, I don't know what my brand is. And it's like, that's because you haven't put yourself out there consistently enough. That's the key to success. That's how we figured out our brand. That's how we knew we wanted to help network marketers and online entrepreneurs, because we consistently showed up for not just days, but for years. And we got a lot of clarity based on the responses. We paid attention. We also paid attention to what we were passionate about. So I'd write down 3, 4, 5 things that you're passionate about. What is it that you love doing? What are you into? And start having those conversations. And based on the responses, based on the engagement, pay attention. And then from there, you can pivot. You can say, okay, I'm going to go all in this direction. And it doesn't mean you never talk about anything else, but you get a lot of clarity based on what you're excited about and what your audience is excited to hear you talk about. And then from there, you could start your own private Facebook group. You could start your own business page or, an email database, create opt-ins. You could do project broadcasts to start communicating with your customers. There's so many things you can do once you get the clarity on your brand and your mission and who you want to communicate with, who you want to help. That's right, Mary Beth. Put yourself out there. When people thank you, you know you're on the right track. That's it. Did you guys have any other questions about Project Broadcast? I'd highly recommend, checking out that platform. It's powerful. We just started using it ourselves just a couple weeks ago. And those of you that follow me, I'm not a big customer getter, but hey, I've still got a decent customer base. And I could not agree more that it's really hard, especially if you have a large customer base. I'm kind of on that side of it with a large team. It's almost impossible to reach out to every single person. And the other thing that Tiffany has done is she's tapped into her customers network. So she's got customers referring customers that are referring customers. These are people she doesn't even have a relationship with. So she can friend them up on Facebook. But again, to expect her to keep track of all those people is basically impossible. So she can get their cell phone number. Once she has their cell phone number, if they're open to it, they get plugged in. She gets them to say, yes, I want those messages. And I love that you ask them, do you want these tips? Do you want the value? And do you want the promotion? And if they respond with yes to both or yes to one or the other, you can respond accordingly. So you're still having those one-on-one conversations. Super freaking smart. Anything else, Tiffany, that you want to add in regards to customer acquisition, customer retention? You did over 30,000 in sales last month personally, which is a record on any organization we've ever built in 18 years. We've never had anybody sell that much product in 30 days. So what you're teaching obviously works. Any closing thoughts, anything else you want to share with everyone watching?
Just go out there and be you, add that value like we talked about, and be real and vulnerable. Be passionate about whatever you're doing, which, like John said, if you're getting thank yous and people telling you you're an inspiration, you're on the right path. Also, like connecting in other Facebook groups, okay? Like not just yours, but bringing in new people onto your personal profile by like creating relationships with people in groups that's another way that I've gotten customers is just by hopping in groups that people have stuff in common with me, keto groups and weight loss groups, anything like that. And just really, commenting on their posts and sharing my own transformation without mentioning products, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not in that group to sell. I'm in that product to build those relationships that eventually will lead to a sale. So if you just focus on adding value and inspiring people, then, it'll all come together.
And do you wait to get the phone number after they place an order?
Yes, usually, unless they want me to send them a reminder.
Okay.
Broadcast. I just had another.
Because you can segment your list. You can segment so you got people that are already on an automatic order, a smart ship, auto delivery. Lots of companies have different ways of, setting that up or whatever they call it. But at the end of the day, you can segment the list. You have people that are ordering every month, people that maybe need a reminder a certain day. And then you also said you get their birthdays, which tells me you're sending out birthday messages as well. Super smart.
I just had an epiphany too while we were talking about all this. I love doing this kind of thing because how beneficial would it be to actually set up your new people that you enroll on a drip campaign to receive training? Holy cow, mind is blown. Just a little thought I had while we were talking about this.
No, that's super smart. Providing training, again, value, right? Finding your whole goal is to help people. And the more people you serve, the more people you help. Bottom line, the more success you're going to have selling, enrolling teammates, helping your existing customers, helping your existing team. And I love how you call them clients, right? We're not just looking for a customer to buy one time. Hello, we're in this for residual income. Anybody else? Smash the heart button if you got involved in network marketing because you want some reoccurring income. Every time that customer orders, you want to get paid, not once, but over and over and over again. And there's nothing better, by the way, when you offer a product like a health and wellness product or whatever your product is, your product has a benefit. When they get that benefit, when they lose the weight or they feel better, they're sleeping better, whatever it is, their anxiety is, whatever your products are. I know there's a lot of people, a lot of different companies that are watching this. Whatever your product does, like getting them to buy it doesn't mean they're going to get the result. Getting them to use it, getting them to consistently use it, maybe make some lifestyle changes, right? When you help people transform their life, you can't put a price tag on that. And there's nothing more rewarding. So I just think ultimately we get so hung up on leads, new people, connecting and selling new people and enrolling new people. But what about the ones you already sold? What about the ones you already got on board? Focus on them and helping them, because I tell you what, you want to build a massive business long-term, help the people that are already in your network, the people that are already they're already in your customer base, your customer pod, whatever, they're already on your team. Help them win, help them succeed. And believe me when I tell you, they will spread the word for you. They will organically go out there and promote the business or products because they're loving the results. They're loving the community, the culture, the people. They're loving you and your mentorship and your guidance. I guarantee there's people in Tiffany's keto group that she didn't add to the group. Other people said, you got to get in this girl's group. You got to follow this woman. You got to hear her story. You got to see how she's making an impact, right? Just like right now, she's not on here selling anything. She's on here providing value. How did we build a brand? Showing up consistently. And then when we do promote something, when we do sell something, we sell it like crazy. Why? Because people see the value in our content and they know we care. So when we offer something that has a dollar amount attached to it, they don't hesitate because we've got social equity. If you're not selling, if you're not winning in business, you're not having the success you want, it's probably because you're trying to sell, you're trying to recruit. Every interaction you have with someone, every video, every time you show up, every post is you selling versus telling a story versus inspiring and educating and empowering people. Do you get it?
I love it.
Smash that hard button if you're fired up, jacked up, and excited. We're going to have this training for those of you that got on late to watch as a replay. So you can go back to the beginning and get the golden nuggets. Tiffany, I appreciate you. You're amazing. You are absolutely crushing it. The results you've created, not just financially in your business, but also just your transformation overall, being in fitness competitions and all the things that you've done physically is absolutely inspirational. And I just love having you show up and share with everybody. And it's awesome. It's amazing. Everybody, you guys should follow Tiffany for sure. Cool deal. Is that a wrap? That's a wrap. If you need more training just like this, go to mylifestyleacademy.com, mylifestyleacademy.com. And we've got a ton of free training over there. And you can also join our private group for network marketers and online entrepreneurs. And Tiffany, you're the bomb diggity. And yeah, make sure you check out our new podcast. It's officially on iTunes as of today. So that's exciting. All right, Tiffany, you're the best. Make it a great day, everyone.
Thanks, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.